take about Hakimi. It's not the great.
Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen. Ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos. Están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros. Inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares. La cancha no tiene un solo pozo. El arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasás mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza.
Just the clearances, but look at that for a reaction. His instincts just to get in front of the goal. Do whatever you can just to put your body on the line. And
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Dani Olmo. There has been so much heat surrounding Dani Olmo in the past 72 to 84 hours. And the reason why is because Dani Olmo has not been the ideal number 10 for Hansi Flick's Barcelona. In order for Flick's Barcelona to work and to be successful and to get the best out of his system, you need to have a well-functioning number 10. A number 10 that can score, that can assist, that can win 1v1 duels, that can be physical, that is able to be a protagonist. I know that my delusion always gets in the way, but I have to say this is probably explaining the reason why Hansi Flick wanted Musiala when he first came into Barcelona. Like there were some stories that came in at first, but then it quickly went away. And I always thought that yes, Musiala would make a lot of sense in this system. Musiala being as a number 10 in this club with Yamal on the right, Rafinha on the left would be the most ideal. And then having Pedri and Frankie behind, that is the best, right? That is pure football. But because we have to work with whatever we have to work with, and because Dani Olmo was cheaper and Musiala renewed at that time, this is why we're in the predicament that we're in today. And a lot of people are not satisfied with Dani Olmo. Everybody would much rather see Fermín López or Gavi in the 10 position, which makes a lot of sense because at least Fermín López and Gavi bring a lot of heart to the game. What I mean by heart, I mean like they always pressure, they always look to regain the ball, they always look to score goals from outside the box, they always take daring choices when Barcelona is attacking. With Dani Olmo, we don't see none of that. Dani Olmo is a player that receives the ball and easily gets outbodied, does not really do anything with the ball. He looks stuck, he does not know what to do next, and it is a weak point for the squad. So far in this season, he has 1 goal and 2 assists in 9 appearances. Comparing that to the 2024-2025 season, 12 goals, 9 assists in 46 games. Right now, he has downgraded. And I'm gonna even say that from January 2025 up until today, he has been downgrading more and more. His goal involvement as well per 90 has gone down from 0.82 to 0.57. His goals per 90 has gone down from 0.47 to 0.19. That is a 59.6% decrease. Going to that match against PSG, he missed 2 very big chances. And when he did miss those 2 very big chances against PSG, there was so much criticism and there was many people saying Olmo needs to go to the bench, sell Olmo as soon as possible. Like that moment on the 63rd minute when Hakimi blocked that shot from Dani Olmo, that should have been a goal. If that was Fermín López or Gavi, they would have shot that ball straight into the net, ripping through that net, and we would have gone crazy. So that is one struggle that Dani Olmo does have. It is his decision making and finishing. Point number 2, the possession and ball security. He loses a lot of balls per game. On average, he loses 5.0 per 90 minutes. He also struggles to maintain the ball in tight spaces, and that was one of his strengths. And then lastly, third, another key struggle, it is going to be his physical fitness and his availability. Like, bro, at the very least, when you return from having 9 different injuries in 10 months, at least when you return, like, be impactful. But we don't even get that. So his physical fitness is an issue. He gets hamstring problems, quad problems, calf problems, penis problems, butt cheek problems, like everything, you name it. So clearly Dani Olmo does need to improve improve. And to give you guys like a better idea on what is required to be a successful number 10 under Flick, you need to create overloads in dangerous areas. He does not do that. You need to create high pressing intensity triggers. He does not do that. You need to be quick in your decision making in the final third. He also does not do that. You also need to link between the double pivot and the striker. He does that sometimes. His chemistry between Frankie and Pedri, it is okay, but when it comes to Dani Olmo and Yamal or Ferran or Rashford, that is where things do get a little weakened. Fermín López is much stronger within those areas. When he does need to make those passes to either Yamal or Ferran or Rashford or Lewandowski, Fermín usually finds those players. Flick stated before that the players must demonstrate their abilities, but the priority, it is going to be the team. Fermín gives you that. He shows his abilities. He scored 2 goals against Valencia, and then in the next game, he was able to really connect with his teammates, making the team better. I think that there was like only one phase in Dani Olmo's career at Barcelona where things were really working out, and that was when Dani Olmo was playing as a false 9. There was a false 9 experiment that Flick implemented, and Olmo was really good. He scored 2 goals on this one night against Real Betis where it ended 5-1, and Dani Olmo was a false 9. He was like a striker, sometimes like a 10, just interchanging between those 2 roles, and Olmo was really good. But as time went on and we were trying to use Olmo as a false 9, it sometimes became inconsistent. Like it worked once every 3 or 4 games, so it was not sustainable. I don't know if this is who Dani Olmo actually is, or maybe he's just going through like a mental hurdle. Like he just does not feel confident whatsoever. Kind of like what Ansu Fati went through at one point, maybe even Rafinha sometimes back in December 2022. Maybe it is just one of those phases, but to pay like 65 million euros for Dani Olmo and yet you still have to upgrade your own game, it is a little embarrassing. There's also so much to play for. Like, you know that your teammates are not available. You know that Fermín and Gavi cannot take your position and you're the only one available and you must deliver, and you still don't deliver. The next time we see Olmo start, if it happens in the game against Sevilla, he needs to show that at the very least he can operate between the lines well and link with a double pivot, link with the wingers like Rashford and Ferran, since we're not going to be having Yamal nor Rafinha in the upcoming game. And the fact that we have to rely on Olmo to be our 10 for the next maybe 2 or 3 matches, it does give me a little nervous because he can get injured at any moment. We're talking about the most injury prone player at the club today. Luckily, it has been announced today that Fermín López is back. According to Alex Pintanel, he has claimed that he has returned to training and begun to do work on the field. He is expected to be available against Girona after the international break. So just one more game, bro. One more game, which will be against Sevilla. And from there, we're going to have the majority of our players returning, even with Rafinha returning very soon. So ideally, I would like to see Olmo rise in big games. Maybe we can start off like that. Like if it's not going to be against these teams in La Liga, at the very least, when we play those Champions League games, Olmo has to deliver. In the match against PSG, it showcased who he truly was and where he was at. The fact that he was substituted on the 72nd minute to be substituted by Marc Casado, which also did not give us anything. It was really worrying. He was the worst player of that match with 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 key passes, 1 big chance being missed, which was blocked by Hakimi. He lost possession 10 times, which was the highest on the team. 3 shots, 1 was on target, 1 yellow card. He's struggling. So because we are 3 to 4 months deep into the season, I don't think that it is also correct to put down Dani Olmo in any way, because this is the only player that we can rely on, and we have to do our best to encourage him to make sure that he gets the best game while we're in this vulnerable state today. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.